Hello everyone, welcome to the Mercury Virtual. Hope you are doing good. Today I am going to continue with your same module, that is employability and the professional development. But the new concept, that is section number 4, that is how to develop the human development or how to develop the personality in the human development with the higher education. But before this, let's continue with the previous session, that is what we have covered in the last class, that is in the Friday's class. So let's start with section number 3 because we have covered section number 3 in the last class. So section number 3 is employability, recruitment and the performance. That is what is the recruitment, what is employability, and what is the performance index that is maintained, that is the employability, recruitment and the performance. So what is employability? So it is a process of learning that leads to individual gaining and retaining the fulfilling work. So whatever the process, whatever the learning we have done, that is a process, that is the employability that leads to the individuals that gains and retain the fulfilling work. So whatever the work, whatever the gains that is used, whatever the individual works and the gains that is retained using the fulfilling work, that is the employability. So it is a process of learning that leads to individual gaining and retaining the fulfilling work. Then we have discussed about the nature of the employability, that is what is the nature of the employability, that is the heart about the process of our learning. So whatever the process, whatever the learning that is outcome, whatever the learning that is taken by the person, so employability is one of the important concept, or we can say employability is available at the heart about a process of the learning. So that is employability. So employability is at heart about a process of learning. There is a tendency to measure employability in terms of whether the graduate obtains a job of specific type within a given period after the graduating. So whatever the tendency, whatever the skill that is required, there is a tendency to measure employability in terms of whether the employability is available, whether the graduate obtains a job of specific type within a given period after the graduating or not. That is employability. That is whatever we have done. For example, I have completed my graduation, so I want a job right now. So that is employability. That is employability is the process of learning, so that we can do the employability, we can process the employability with the process of the employable task. So there is a tendency to measure the employability in terms of whether the graduate obtains a job of specific type after the graduating or not. This is of course only relate to the employability of the new full-time graduate, and it's relevant or is irrelevant as an indicator of employability development of those already in the work. So whatever the graduate that is working in the employment, whatever the people that is working already working, that is also there is also a measure of the employability in terms of the graduate that is already working, or in terms of the people that is already used for the graduation, or that is already doing the graduation. So these are the few points that we have studied. Then we have studied about the employability should not be confused with the employability rate of the graduate from an institution. So whatever the rate of institution, whatever the rate of graduate that pass from the institution, so employability should not be confused from that, because that is a past student, that is not they get employed. They are getting the employed after taking the job, that is employability different concept. So employability should be not be confused with other persons, or with we can say other criteria that is used for the employability. So employability is a property of the individual, or should not be confused with the employment rate of the graduate from an institution. Employability cannot be used to refer to the institution itself, that is not employable. And employability can also be applied to the only be applied to the individual, because that cannot be applied to the organization, that does not meet the requirement of the employability, but only the requirement of the employability is whatever the employee, whatever the tool that is used for the employment. So employability should not be confused with the employment rate of the graduate from an institution. So for example, if the 100 students are passed out from the institution from the graduate, not all the 100 students or 100 people have got the job. So employability is not confused with the persons or the employment rate of the graduate that is from the institution. So institution may develop a graduate employability and enhance the attribute that makes them employable. So it's the responsibility of the institution that makes the people in we can say that develop the skills in the people to make them employable or the good employee. That is a institution, that is not a employability measure. So that can only be applied to the individuals. Then we have discussed that the employability rate of graduate also reflect a range of factors that is also used or mixed with the institutions. This is the diagram, that is a magic bullet employability or model of employability. First of all, there is HEI, then the employability development opportunities. There are multiple opportunities. Then a graduate person is available. Then employability skills are available. Then that there will be a employment. So these are the 5 steps of the employability or the employment that is used. So there is no magic bullet solution to the employability. The factors that is linking together the development of graduate attribute and obtaining the appropriate job are summarized in the figure 2 overlay that is also used. And there is also more realistic representation than the magic bullet model. And the graduate has to decide whatever the employability skill that is required, that is used for the employability skills and the graduate as well as the employment. So there are 3 focus on the employability development. First is the employability, or first is the development of the employability attributes. So first of all, develop the attributes, we can say the features of the employability, that is the development of the employability attributes. Then development of self-promotional and career management skills. So this is also one of the focus, that is there will be a development of the self-promotional and the career management skill that is also used, that is also employability development. Then willingness to learn and reflect on the learning, that there should be a willingness to learn, that is how to learn and how to reflect on the learning, that is employability development. So these are the 3 focus of the employability development. First is the employability development of employability attribute, then the development of self-promotional and career management skills, then the willingness to learn and reflect on the learning, that is there should be focus on the learning, there should be a willingness to learn and reflect on the learning, that is how to learn and how to make the employability development possible, that is employability development. And 3 core processes also impact on the employability. First the pedagogy, then the self-reflection, then the articulation. Then these are the recruitment, or there are some recruitment practices also, that is or we can say that is used by the employer for their employability, that is used by the employers to get their employability, that is recruitment practices that is used in the employment. So these are the recruitment practices of the employer that is also used, that is a key element in the process by which the graduates get jobs in their process. Almost all the employer in the graduate work survey exhibit some bias in the recruitment process, that is also used for the development process. And this is the diagram that shows the graduate employability development. There is a subject area, there is employability or employability development opportunities, there is employability attributes, self-promotion skills, willingness to develop. These are the 3 we can say the key features of the employability development. There will be a research that is also used. This is the main point, that is higher education and the employer needs to work together to overcome the bias of the recruitment or biases in the recruitment against some group of graduates. So whatever the higher education, whatever the employer that is used, that need to work together. They need to work together to overcome the biases. Overcome biases means overcome the differences in the recruitment against some form of or some group of graduates. So whatever the group that is used, that is also form of the recruitment that is used to overcome the biases in the recruitment against some form of graduate, that is run over the higher education and the employers. Then there will be a yoke strength zone process. This is a BA owner, that is we have discussed the example in the last class. So these are the main points, that is employability is developed through establishing the needs of the business. So there will be a need that is also established, that is that provides the employability and the achievement of the marketable skills within the academic learning. Then the work experience, that is embedding within the program. So whatever the work experience that is used, that is provided by the employability, that is developed through the these 3 points, either establishing the needs of the business and of the students, either achieving the marketable skills within the academic learning, either using the work experience, that is embedding within the program. Then this is another example that we have discussed, that is the University of Newcastle upon type. This is one of the example. This shows that there are multiple persons, or there are multiple peoples or the students that work together for the business enterprise module, that is they work together for their career services that leads to the development of the commercial understanding, new venture creation and the occupational awareness, that is also used. That is a trading element that tests the business or student ideas and abilities in the marketplace and provides the most valuable aspect of the course. And the successful ideas have included in online textbooks, brokering service, language translation and tutoring, a student employment agency and a website design. And at the end of the academic year, the companies must liquidate, but Whistle the module is not designed as a startup program. Some companies do reform and continue trading in their own right during the student final year. That is the main point, that is multiple people or multiple students can get together for their learning for their academic design, for their website design. Then recognition and the currency, that is the recognition means how to find the recognition that is also receives a additional award that is recognized by the small business sector. So employability is also developed through these points. First of all, enabling students to experience the reality of the business operations. That is provides the student or enables the student, we can say the encourage the student to experience the reality of the business operation. So whatever the reality that is used, whatever the thing that is used, so that enable the student to experience the reality of business operation, that is a live operation that is used, that is a live of the business operations. Then introducing students to business owners, specialized advisors and the business network. So there will be an introduction to the student to the business owners, specialized advisors and the business network, that is also help the student to overcome the speciality or special effect that is also used for the advisors and the business network. Then next is providing practical evidence of personal and the skill development that is validated by the sector. So whatever the practices, whatever the evidence that is provided, so that is provided by the personal and the skill development that is developed, that is validated by the sector. Then employability is also developed through the employer. So there will be employability that is also developed with the employer, that input into the course. So whatever the input that is given, that is inputted by the employer, that is used by the employee of the week. Now this is section number 4, that is developing the employability in higher education institution, that is the today's topic. So that is how to develop the employability, or what is the skills, or what are the various methods that is used to develop the employability in the higher education institutions. That is the developing the employability in higher education institution, that is the section number 4. So higher education has always developed students employability. So it's a it's the higher education that is also used, to develop the student, or that always develop the student in the employability. That is, if the student gets a higher education, that is he or she is fully employable. But now it is doing this in more explicit and the systematic ways, and in close collaboration with the employer. So there will be a collaboration with the employer, there is a contact with the employer, that is also used, that is also developed in the systematic way and in close collaboration with the employers. So higher education has always developed students employability, but now it is doing this in more explicit and the systematic ways and in close collaboration with the employer. This is one of the important line. The next point says higher education institution in the UK has played their part in developing the employability. So whatever the institution that is provided, that is available in the UK, has always developed or played their part or played their report in developing the employability, in developing the employment. The last 5 years have seen a much more explicit engagement with all the 3 aspects of the employability agenda. So the last 5 years have seen a much more explicit program, much more available program that is used, that is engaged with all the 3 aspects of the employability agenda, developing the students' attribute, then developing the student's self-presentation skills, and developing the student's flexibility and willingness to continue learning. So these are the 5 terms, or we can say the 3 aspects of the learning. First of all, developing the student's attribute, that is the attribute of the student will be developed, that is developing the student attribute that is designed to make them employer. So there will be a person that is contacted, that is designed to make them employer, so that they are good, or we can say they are very benefited with the student attribute, with the student features. Then developing the student self-presentation skills, that is gain the confidence in the student, gain the confidence with the student, that is developing the students self-presentation skill, so that they improve their recruitment chance, so that they are self-confident, so that they are well confident, they are self-confident, and there will be a more recruitment chances, that is a good presentation skills. And developing the students' flexibility and willingness to continue learning, that is this is designed to ensure that they continue to be employer. That is, there will be a flexibility and the willingness to work or continue learning. That is, they are continuing to do learning that is designed to ensure that they continue to be employer. That is a we can say the building the stamina, building the patience in the student, so that they develop the there will be flexibility and willingness to continue the learning. So these are the three main agendas, so we can say the three main aspects that is very important for the employability. First of all, developing the student's attribute, then developing the student's self-presentation skills, then developing the student's flexibility and willingness to continue the learning. Then some initiatives are the course specific, others are the institution-wide development such as the establishment of progress files or the development of career education module. So some initiative that is taken, that is the three initiative that is taken. Some are the course specific, that is related to the course only, and others are the institution-wide development such as the establishment of progress file. That is how to establish the files, that is used to establish the files, establishment of progress files, or the development of career education module. Some activities, for example, target underrepresented groups while other enable self-employment or aid small education or small business incubation. So some are the, we can say, the course specific, and other are the institution-wide development that is also taken. That is one of the establishment of the progress file that is used for the self-employment or small business creations. And there is growth in the partnership with employers also. So there is a growth in the partnership with employers also, that is also used for the employability. With employers, non-government organization, that is NGOs, and the further education. So there is a growth in the partnership that the business partners have contacted with each other, with the government, NGOs, that is the non-government organizations, as well as the financial institution that is also developed for the various modules. And there are also initiatives such as the occupation specific foundation degree that is intended to produce graduates who are employable in the intermediate labor market. One of the example is Kingston University, that is also provides the engineering foundation degree, which incorporates within the program the license to practice required to work in the aeronautical engineering. So I'm sorry. So employability is about attribute development, building confidence and self-promotion skills, and encouraging the lifelong learning. So employability is all about attribute development, that is how to develop the attributes, building the confidence, that is building the confidence among the students. So first of all, developing the skill, that is attribute development, then building the confidence, and the self-promotion skill, that is a self-representation skill, that is also encouraged, and encouraging the lifelong learning. There will be a lifelong learning also, that is also a part of the employability. That is also undertaken, or that is also taken from the higher education. Then next is the system-wide development that is also used, that is also provided by the Wales. So Wales has a system-wide approach as a result of pioneering work of the Higher Education Funding Council for Wales, that is the HEFCW, and the Welsh Development Agency, that is the WDA. And this revealed that there will be a system-wide development, there will be a development of the system-wide criteria that is also used for the system-wide exceptions, that is also used, that does not have an overall strategy for the development of the employability. And whatever the activities that is used, that also included providing or encouraging students to undertake work experience in various forms. And there will be a less degree that is also used for the embedding employability skills in the curriculum. And the system-wide approach to encouraging the employability development has been successful in the Wales. So whatever the system-wide approach that is used, that is also used in the employment, or that is also used for increasing the employability, that is also used to increase the employability development, that is successful in the Wales, that is also used in the Wales. And to date, there has not been an equivalent system-wide employability approach in the England. So to date, or nowadays, or we can say till date, there has not been an equivalent system-wide employability approach in England, although HEFCE in collaboration with the DEF is commissioning a team to coordinate initiative to enhance the student employability in the higher education. So they get to, or they are coordinating to enhance the student employability in the higher education. That is also one of the part that also increases the employability development, that is also used to develop, that is successful in the Wales. At the University of Central England in Birmingham, employability is integrated into the teaching and the learning and the teaching strategy. So in the at the University of the Central England, the employability is integrated, or we can say that there will be combined employability integrated or combined into the learning and the teaching strategy. Whatever the teaching strategy, whatever the learning strategy, that is also used for the learning and the employability skills. Now next is the range of activity. That is what is the range of activity, that is how they are using, that is employability enhancing activity, that is also used with the institution, that is also, so there will be a multiple range of activity that is also undertaken, that is also enhancing the employability skill, that is also used to enhance the employability skill, that is available in the employability criteria, that is also used within the institution, that is categorized into four broad areas. So there are four broad areas by which we can integrate the activity, that is we can integrate the topic, that is also used for the employability criteria. Now what are the various four categories? First of all, enhance or revise the central support, that is also used, or that is also enhance or revise the central support for the undergraduate, so that the people or the student who are studying, that is known as the undergraduate person, they also get enhance or revise the central support, and there will be a graduate in their search of the work, or there will be searching in the work, that is also used for the undergraduate and the graduate in their search of work. Then embedded attribute development within the program of study, often as a result of modification to the curriculum to make the attribute development explicit or to accommodate the employer input. So whatever the employer attribute, whatever the attribute development that is used, that is also developed with the program of the study, that is used as a result of the modification to the curriculum to make them explicit available, with the employer input. Then next category or next area is that innovative provision of the work experience opportunity. So whatever the provisions that is provided, whatever the activities that is used, that is also used for the opportunities within or external to the program of the study, that is also used for the program of the study, that is also used with the external to the program of the study. So there will be criteria so that the student get their activities or their we can say the enhancement, that is also categorized into four activity. One is any innovative experience that is chosen, that is any innovative work experience opportunity that is within or external to the program of study. Then last point is we can say the another activity that also enable the reflection on and recording of the experience, attribute development and the achievement. Whatever the achievement that is used, whatever the criteria that is used, that is also used for the attribute development and the achievement alongside the academic abilities by using the progress file. So whatever the progress file that is used, whatever the attribute development that is used, that is also used with the attribute development. And as we see, there are three focuses. One is the attribute development, self promotion and the career management. These are the various attributes that we have studied in the section number 3. And the cultural change that is also used in the higher education has been a shift towards from the central support service working with the program staff. That is, nowadays everything is now we can say available within the live approach, So there will be a cultural change in the higher education that has seen a shift toward the central support services working with the program staff. Larry, your question is, what is the difference between the employability skill and the attribute? Very good question. Employability skills means the skills that is developed by the employer or that is developed by the employee for their we can say for their innovations, for their improvement. If I am talking about in terms of the employer, for their promotion. If I am talking about in their employees, that is for getting the increment in the money, that is we can say the salary hike or salary increment, that is employability skills. That is what are the skills that is required. One is the attributes, that is what are the features that is available, that is used as a skill or that is used for the gaining the skills. For example, I have an attribute that is I am very self-confident. So I have to gain or I have to use the self-confident skill or attribute for gaining the one of the skill, that is incrementing the salary. So that is a skill and that is a attribute. So attributes are used before the skills. So if you have an attribute, you have a feature, then you can achieve the skills, you can get the skills. After getting the skill, you can achieve your targets. So first of all, there will be attributes that are the features of a person, individual. Then there will be skills that is developed within the person, and there will be output that is also used for the development of the person. All right, clear, Larry? Larry, your doubt is clear? Yeah, yeah. That is attributes are the, we can say, the some etiquette that is available from the schools, from the parents, and the skills is developed within the organization when you are working somewhere. Yeah, yes. When you are working somewhere, you have a working experience, that is your skills. So self-promotion and the career management is no longer a separate activity. These are the two same activities. One is a self-promotion, one is a career management. So you can self-promote it with each other, you can manage the career with each other, or we can say involve with each other. That is a self-promotion and the career management. So this is important, as a graduate must be able to do more than just sell themselves. They have to be able to perform in a job once they are recruited. Conversely, potentially good performers also need the skills to get a job in the first place. So they are also good performers that also get the jobs in their workplace, that is also used in the employability skills. And emphasis is also being placed in the learning to learn. That is how to learn, when to learn, to the various programs, that is shift in the pedagogy from knowing what to and knowing how to find out, and through reflecting on the work experience. So whatever the work experience that is used, that is also used for the work experience. So there is more integrated approach with the central support services working with the program staff to develop, identify and record the skills and the ability. So whatever the approach is, whatever the approach or whatever the content that is used, that is also used for the central support services, that is also working with the program study, that is also we can say any program study that is developed, that is also used for the program development, and the criteria that is also developed for the program study and the development of the material. So there is a program study, that is an integrated approach, that is also undertaken for the program of the development. So there is more integrated approach with the central support services working with the program staff to develop, identify and record the skills and the ability. Now, we have covered with the one approach, that is one support that is used. Now next is the central support, that is usually in the form of the career services, so that their career will be developed. That is the career services has changed radically since the mid of the 1990s. And it is used to consist mainly of the careers talks and one-to-one career advice session for student that is also preparing the, or that is also approaching the graduations. That is a students are doing the graduation, also they get the career opportunities, or we can say the career counseling, that is how to develop the career, which is the better approach, which is the better organization, and how or what are the types of skill that is required in that organization. And the University of Huddle shared career services, for example, now takes the responsibility for the job shape. So whatever the job that is taken, that is also the responsibility of the career development. It has a system for regular feedback from staff, students and employer, and is involved with local and regional agencies. So whatever the staff, whatever the regional development that is used, that our feedback, that our criteria, that is also used for the development, and the employer, student and the employer, that is also involved with the local and the regional agencies. And it runs on the annual employer strategies day with the employers in the region, and also close link with the other criteria, that is also used with the senior management. And it is involved in developing work experience and supporting the career development modules. Now central services have been transformed over the last 5 years. That is, central services are now changed from the last 5 years, and no longer marginal to learning. There are no longer marginal to learning, that is, there will be no scope in the learning, because that is developed already. And this is a figure, that is a holistic development of employability. One is the in program, then there will be a central support, there will be a work experience, there will be a program files, or the we can say the program file that is also used. And first of all, there will be attribute development, then self-promotion and career management, then willingness to work and the reflect on the learning. So these are the three parts. One is attribute development, that is the attributes will be developed, or we can say the skills will be developed, then the self-promotion and the career management, then willingness to learn and reflect on the learning. Benjamin and Larry, my advice to you, I will send the PDF after the class, so don't worry, I will send it today only positively. Alright, so please concentrate on the class, not on the PDF, not on the study material. Alright, everyone? Okay, thanks. I'm sure I will send you after 1 hour or 45 minutes when the class is over. Alright. So this is first is there will be attribute development, then the self promotion and the career management, then willingness to learn and reflect on the learning. So these are the three parts that is also used, that is the holistic development of the employability, that is how to use the employability, what is the holistic development of employability. So this is the approach that is used, and the important initiative in supporting the disadvantaged student is the association of the Graduate Career Advisory Services. There will be a AGCAS, that is Association of Graduate Careers Advisory Services. There will be a Minority Ethnic Recruitment Information Training and Support, that is a merits project which works with the black and the Asian student and graduate who tend to be disadvantaged in the job market. And that program involves several institutions, that including the Southampton Institute, Manchester Metropolitan, and the De Montfort University, that is also used with the universities. That is a group of universities that is also used in the Yorkshire have developed a similar initiative that is known as the Impact. So this is the theory of the SMEs, theory of the, we can say, the disadvantaged person, that is also supported for the SME, that is there will be a Shell technology growth program and the development. And the similarly named project was devised and developed by the foundation of the SME, that is a subject matter expert at the University of the Durham, that also involve the graduate talents and widen their career opportunities. It also offers local SME lasting benefits to the employment of graduates. The Knowledge, Innovation and Technology Transfer Scheme, a development in the Greatest West Midland area supported by the 9 higher education institutions, also held the 650 or 60 SMEs a year to take on the graduate to undertake a specific project for up to 13 weeks. So whatever the weeks, whatever the graduate that is used, that is also used with the SMEs. And the career services are not only the organization providing generic support. There will be a CRAC, that is a Career Research and Advisory Center, that is also used as a national union of students. And this is the example of the University of the Birmingham, that is one of the example. This is the example of the Liverpool. So this examples I am discussing after the break. So let's take a break only for the 10 minutes. I will come after exactly the 10 minutes, because the duration of the class is too short. So let's take a break only for the 10 minutes. Okay, all right. So next is a example of the University of the Birmingham, that is also used. That is also one of the major example that is also used. That is the University of the Birmingham. That is a course that provides the technical skills, but also produces the graduate who have something extra when applying for the media related jobs. So whatever the jobs, whatever the media related job, that is also used. Whatever the technical knowledge that is used. So this course provide, or the University of the Birmingham have a course that also provides the technical skills, but also produces a graduate who have something extra when applying for the media related job. American and the Canadian Studies Department MPhil, B history, film and the television, that is also used. That is a vocational study that is also used for the development of the course, and the course was created in the 1996 as an outgrowth of an undergraduate course that have a running since the middle 1980s. So this is we can say the course was created in the 1996 as an outgrowth of the undergraduate, and that is running since the mid 1980s. The academic aspect consisting of a specialized approach to study and the production of history using the audio-visual material. So whatever the material, whatever the audio-visual material that is used, that is also used with the employability skills. Critical engagement with these media is integral to the course. Vocationally, the course provides the technical skills but also provides the graduate who have something extra when applying for the media related job. That is, the course provides the technical skills that every university, that every course provide, but this course also provides or also produces the graduate who has something extra. So there will be extra curriculum activities that is also involved when applying for the media related job. So they develop their skills in the form of the media related, but the course provides the graduate who are the first and the foremost good researchers, but who can also apply their research skills in a work scenario. Paul Wolf of the Maverick Television, who takes placement student from the course and employed its graduate, commented that the course produced academically qualified student who, unlike some graduates from more explicitly vocational courses, did not expect to walk in to the high level position. They came into the without any preconception, just wanted to learn about the job. So whatever the job, whatever the criteria that is used, that is also related to the technical skills, that is also related to the graduates. There are something extra when apply for the media related jobs. And there is a CNN.com that is also used, that is also used by the CBT or the CBC, that is also used in the New York technology. And the placement is a two-way process with the students identifying the organization they want to work for, and the employers have a chance to see their CVs and the interview date. So this placement or the placement, whatever the placement that is used, that is a two-way process with the student, that is identifying the organization they want to work for, and for the employers, and the employers have a chance to see the CVs and the interview candidates. So placement is a two-way process, that is students can apply for the we can say the vacancies, and the employer can see the vacancies in the form of the CVs that is related with the that is coming on the mail, internet, anything that is used. The student themselves produce a report applying the theoretical aspects of the from the first semester to the practical work placement experience. Then next is the responding to the reality, that is how to respond to the reality. What are the various terms that is also responding to the reality. So course has to some extent been the victim of its own process, as several students have been offered rolling contract as a result of their placement. So have not been or have been unable to complete their dissertations. And to resolve this academic vocational friction, students can declare that they will complete the coursework and therefore receives a postgraduate certification. So employability is developed through these are the 3 points by which the employability is developed. First is balancing the academic and the vocational requirements. So there will be a proper balance between the vocational and the academic requirement that is used. That is balancing the academic and the vocational requirement. So there will be a proper balance between the academic solution and the vocational solution. There will be a proper maintenance, or we can say there will be a gap between the employability or academic and the vocational requirements. Then the next point is that is how the employability is developed. That is developed through the development of the links between the university and the local and the national employers. There will be a link between the university and the local and the national employer. Who are the national employers? Who are the local employer? And what is the relationship with the local and the national with the university? Then employability is also developed through a flexible attitude towards the need of the students on the course. So whatever the flexible attitude that is used, that is also used, or that is also attitude that is towards the need of a student on the course. That is the flexible attitude. That is any student can change their course, any student can apply their course, any student can add their lessons, anything that is used, that is a flexible attitude towards the needs of the student on the course. The next is the University of the Liverpool. That is the next example. The student learn about the ethics of equal opportunities volunteering. So there will be a volunteering career aspect that is also used, that is also provided for the opportunity volunteering and the practical issues of working with the range of organizations. So whatever the range, whatever the studies that is used, that is also range with the studies, that is also develop the practical approach of working with the range of the organizations. Now, voluntary service learning aspect. So what is the voluntary service learning background that is used? This is one of the 2 years ago, the Department of the Sociology at the University of Liverpool proposed an innovative work-based learning module for the first 5-year student or the first year student that is also used, and these are the application of theory in the practice. There will be LSCA, that is a part of the guild of the students, and they learn about the ethics of the equal opportunity that is used with the academic solution, that is a voluntary solution. Then the electronic support for the skill development, there will be a proper web-based personal development learning tool that is used, that is a Liverpool University Student Interactive Database. So that is a web-based scenario that is used, that is a LUSID, that is a Liverpool University Student Interactive Database. That is a web-based technology that uses the internet, and there are three main elements. One is the recording section that contains a template for a reflective learning log, then the customizable skills audit, and the communication and the information technology that is also used, and the action planning section that also reports for the employability. And there will be a placement opportunity also that is also organized through the Liverpool communities student community section. That is a majority of the placement that is also provided through the Liverpool student community actions, and the student do have the opportunity to organize their own placement if they wish. So whatever their wishes, whatever the organization, whatever the placement they have, they wish, they can get the placement, they get the opportunity to organize their own placements. There are wide variety of voluntary opportunities that is used, that is working with the education group to devise and put on anti-bullying plays. So whatever the anti-bullying plays that is used, that is also used the device, that is also used for the devising and implementing the play days for the young children, and helping out at care homes are the typical example. Then next is the evaluation. The first year that the module was offered, the module coordinator expects between the 6th and the 12th students. So whenever the module will be started, whenever the module is starting, so we can say the coordinator will expect only the 6 to 12 students, but then gradually it increase, and they reach to over the 30 students, that indicating the real interest in this type of opportunity. That is one of the evaluation criteria that is used, that is how to evaluate the student, or what are the various methods to evaluate the students. And this work was extremely helpful, and I hope it has proved as a useful to the student, at least most certainly did for our organization. So whatever the organization, whatever the criteria that is used, that is also used for the organization assessment. Now, employability is enhanced, that is how to enhance the employability by working with the guild of the students, utilizing the LUSID, that is a Liverpool University Student Interactive Database, that is a web-based database effectively. So use the online methods, not the offline method, but all the online method, that is a web-based scenario will be used. Then using a range of training and assessment methods. There are multiple training and assessment method that is also used, that is also used for enhancing the employability. That using a range of training and assessment method. Now next is the career management. So a significant change as mentioned above has a development of the student own career, that is how to develop their career, what are the methods to develop their career. So there will be a development of the student own their career management skill, that the CRAC, that is a career management skill, that is a career management skill program, that is a pioneer in the encouraging the student to begin to plan and manage their future career early on while at the university, that is manage their future career, that is what they want to expect from doing, or what they expect, that is how to use them, or how to develop their skill. That is one of the career management skill that is also used as an enhancement in the career management technology. So there will be career management, that is the development of student, that is the own career management skills. And this program is used to encourage the students to begin to plan and manage their future career early on while at the university. So whatever the university criteria that is used as effectively jobs. And this is also used to identify, or this was designed to help the student and graduate develop and gather the evidence of skills identify the career performance or preferences, and plan the effective job application. So whatever the application that is used, that is also effective in the part of the job applications. Then what is the central support for embedding the employability in the curriculum? That is what is the support that is providing? That is embedding support. There will be a central support for embedding the employability in the curriculum, and curriculum means in the syllabus of the module, in the syllabus of the course. That is central support for embedding the employability in the curriculum. So one is the central support that is used for the embedding the employability in the curriculum. That is how to embed the employability in the curriculum. That is also one of the curriculum aspect that is used. So a relatively a new activity in the is an attempt to integrate the centrally support employability development into the curriculum activities in various ways that is also used. Therefore, in most of the institutions, the center staff have been ready to work as an ad hoc way with the academic on the request. So whatever the academic that is used, that is on the request, that is also used for the embedding the employability in the curriculum. Leeds Metropolitan University Skills for Learning, for example, is an attempt to broaden this process. It is an online resource available on and of the campus, accompanied by self-study packs. It is innovative in combining the employability development with study skills, information and the research skills using the IT, learning and the teaching group skills. So whatever the group skill that is required, that is also used for the learning universities. So more and more programs have been revised to include the employability element alongside subject matter learning. So this is one of the important aspects. So this university, along with the study, they are also doing the activities, or we can say they also including the or also include the employability element that is also used, or that is used with the subject-based learning. So whatever the subject-based learning that is also introduced, that is also introduced with the subject-based methods. So more and more programs are being revised to include the employability elements alongside the subject-based learning in ways that meet the learner's needs. So whatever the learner needs, that is also met by the employability. So more and more programs are being revised. Now, next example is the University of the North London. That is the next example. The placement also provides vital constructive employer input. So if a person is, or if a student is placed after getting or after doing the graduation, that is one of the major or one of the vital constructive employer input. That is whatever the input we are given, whatever the payment we are given, whatever the skills, whatever the we can say the requirement that is given or that is taken, that is provides the, if the placement is there, that provides the vital constructive employer input. So first is the School of the Health and the Sport Science Origins. So the Applied Consumer Psychology degree offers a scientific approach to explaining consumer behavior and was the first undergraduate course of its kind in the UK. So whatever the approach that is going to explain, yeah, it is an industrial placement. That is, students get placed in different companies in the different industry. So that is that offers a scientific approach to explaining consumer behavior and was the first undergraduate course of its kind in the UK. The course covers consumer psychology, marketing, and the consumer science. Through the school, or we can say that through the institute, anything, college, institute, school, because till 12th there is a school, but after 12th there is a college, institute that provides employment, that provides placement. So the course offers, or the course cover consumer psychology, marketing, and the consumer science. It integrates an understanding of consumer behavior with aspect of marketing and research methodology. So whatever the methodology, whatever the research that is used, whatever the aspect that is used, so that also depends on the consumer behavior, that is also used with the aspects of the marketing and the research methodology, and seeks to develop the marketing and knowledge and the skill that is used for the processing the development, that is sent by the, or that is sought by the major employers. And the final year module, that is the psychology of consumer analysis, was inspired by the subject-based module work placement for the work professional experience, which is available to the all the graduate, undergraduate at the university. So whatever the university, whatever the module that is used, that is also used for the development of the or psychology of the consumer analysis. The psychology of the consumer analysis module involves students undertaking the placement with the companies and then conducting the independent small-scale consumer research process. So whatever the research, whatever the small-scale independent technique that is used, whatever the approach that is used, that is also conducting the small-scale consumer research process. they produce two written approach on their finding reports on the finding. One is academic one is a commercial report. So one is academic one that is also used, one is a commercial report that is used for the organization. So there are two approaches, one is academic, one is the commercial. They also given in company presentation. The experiences prepare them for graduate employment and provide them with the vital constructive employer input. So whatever the input, whatever the constructive employment, whatever the graduate employment that is used, that provide them, or they provide them with the vital constructive employer input. Then delivery, that is how to deliver such employee or with such methods, or how to deliver such benefits that is available in the organization. So at the start of 12-week assignment, employer visit the university to outline their activities and requirement and to agree a project with these students. So at the start of the 12-week assignment that is used, so employers visit the university to outline their activities. Visit the university means go to the university, or we can say plan for the university to outline their activities and requirements and to agree a project with each student. These require student to act as a consultant and tackle real life business challenges, producing the solutions for genuine problem and the product. And the project typically involves, so what the project involves, what this project involves, that typically involves a negotiation between the employers and the development of the client consumer relationship. So there will be a negotiation, there will be a bargaining with the employers and the development of the client consumer or customer relationship. Then the development and analysis of the questionnaire, that is develop the questionnaire and analyze the questionnaire, that is prepare a questionnaire, that's some question, and provide it to the student, that is the delivery part. Then the quantitative analysis, then time management, self-organization, and the reflection. So this project that is undertaken by the University of the London, that is also provide, or that also provides the time management, self-organization, and the reflection. Then development of the communication skills. Students take the responsibility for the project with support from being both employer and the tutor. So whatever the tutor, whatever the project that is used, that takes the responsibility for the project. Then involving the employer, that is how to involve with the employer. So the support and the cooperation of the employer integral to the module operation. So whatever the support, whatever the cooperation that is given by the employer, that is very important for the module operation. Good working relationship have been established with a mix of both local and the national employers, such as the bus industry. So whatever the industry that is used, that is the bus industry that is used for the employer development. Fast marketing, Coutts Retail Communication, and Islington Council, providing a good variety of organization and product for the student projects. Then what are the various outcomes? So students are extremely positive about the experience. That helped me put together loads of the things from my core, that is the practical work instead of the mountains of the theoretical info. So that there will be more of practical work instead of the practical work, or instead of the theoretical work. So the employability is developed through active engagement with the employer. So there will be a proper engagement, proper coordination, proper involvement of the employers. That is the active engagement with the employers. Then the employer assessment and the feedback. That is how to assess the employee. That is the employer assessment and the feedback. Then the self-reflection. There will be a self-reflection in terms of the employability. Then developing the time management and the communication skills. So whatever the time management skill that is used, that is developed with the time management and the communication skills. Then putting theory into practice, real assignments. That is whatever the real assignment that is used with the putting the theories into the practice, that is used for achieving the employability. That is the putting theory into the practice, that is a real assignment. So these are the few methods by which the employability can be achieved. The next is the University of the Wales, Bangor. So that is the next part, that is the University of the Wales and the Bangor. Students participate in interactive workshop, tutorial, and the group work, and are required to deliver the presentation. So whatever the presentation that is used, that is also used to required to deliver the presentation. That is the student participate in the interactive workshop. We can say student participate in the workshop that is used for the building the career. So first is a peer guiding module, that is a complementary curriculum. So peer guiding module are a formal and accredit acknowledgement of the important and valuable work that some student perform. So whatever the student perform, they are doing the valuable task, that is also used for the accredited acknowledgement of the important and the valuable work. From the outset, the program was designed to develop the autonomy and the general skills of the participant. So whatever the participant, whatever the general outcome that is used, that was designed to develop the autonomy and the general skills of the participants. The program is one in which second year students volunteer to act as a mentor. So there will be a mentors and the mentee. That is also, we can say that some group will be formed and certain group will be formed, and we can say, or we provide them with the various capability that acts as a mentor, and they guide the freshers. Whatever the freshers come, they guide the fresher. That is also used with within the each department at the start of the academic year, and there are usually about 400 mentors operating during a year. So there are in totality 400 mentors that is available during a year, that guides the freshers so that there will be a relationship between the mentor and the mentee. Then academic recognition, that is how to recognize the academic recognition, that is academic recognition. That is a peer guiding module are valued at 10 credits, run during semester 2 and regularly updated and the improved. So the peer guiding module that are valued at the 10th credits. So whatever the module that is used, that is valued at the 10th credits, run during the semester 2 and are regularly updated and the improved. They are based on an analysis of the needs and are intended to develop the interpersonal and the communication skills, management in the organization skill. So whatever the skill, whatever the criteria that is used, that is also intended to develop the interpersonal and the communication skills. Then there will be a presentation and the group work skills also, that also present the capabilities in the problem solving, referring and the networking. So whatever the networking module, whatever the referring module that is also used for the development of the organization skills, presentation and the group work skills, that the problem solving, referring and the networking. Then student also participate in the interactive workshop. So the student also participates in the interactive workshop. We can say the fruitful workshop, that is also used, that also use their group work and are required to deliver the presentation. That is also used to deliver the presentation, that is used with the academic counselors. And also provides an opportunity to develop understanding and awareness of the concept that is used. And all the assessments now involve an important element of the group work. And students are required to demonstrate their ability to discuss the situations and devise the solution that exhibit a knowledge and understanding of problem. So whatever the understanding of problem, whatever the knowledge that is used, that is also used to develop the skills and the development, or discuss the situations and devise the solutions. Then next is the research, organize and collate information to produce a handbook for peer guide. So whatever the guide, whatever the module that is used, so research, organize and collate the information to produce a handbook for peer guides. Then next is plan for a mini project. So plan out for a mini project, groups that creates department based activity for first 5 years during the freshers week. That is a mini project that is also taken, then they present their ideas. So employability is developed through academic recognition of the value of the work experience. So whatever the work experience that is used, that is also used for the recognition of the work experience, that is also used as a mentor, that is also used as a criteria, that is also used for the employability skills. Then training the students as the mentor. So train the students as the mentor, that is also used for the employability skills. Hello. Yeah, are you able to listen me? Hello. Yeah, are you, hello? Yeah, my voice is audible to you? Hello. Hello. Yeah, what happened?